Hello drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. The chemistry we've been obsessing over, was it really just acting? When Yu finally broke his silence about his real relationship with Esther Yu, fans didn't just gasp, they spiraled. Was it friendship, love, or something far more complicated than the fairy tale we imagined tonight? We're diving deep into the moment that shook the Fandom and made hearts flutter all over again. For months, maybe even years, fans have replayed every glance between Yu and Esther Yu. Every behind-the-scenes clip. Every accidental touch. Every laugh that lingered a second too long. From their drama promotions to those chaotic variety show appearances, the chemistry felt electric. Not forced. Not scripted. It was the kind of tension you can't fake, the kind that makes fan edits go viral at 3 a.m. And let's be honest. In the world of CN and K-drama crossover fandoms, we've seen our fair share of just co-workers narratives. But this felt different. Esther Yu, known for her bubbly, unpredictable charm, would soften around Yu. And Yu, usually composed and quietly intense, would look at her like he was trying not to smile too much. Fans started noticing patterns. The subtle mirroring. The protective gestures. The way he would instinctively lean closer when she spoke in crowded rooms. The way she'd tease him, but only him, with that playful sparkle in her eyes. And then came the interviews. When asked about their chemistry, they'd laugh it off. We're good friends. We're comfortable with each other. Safe answers. Polished answers. The kind idols and actors are trained to give. But comfort doesn't explain the silence that falls when two people lock eyes a little too long. It doesn't explain why the atmosphere changes when they stand next to each other. That's why when Yu finally addressed the rumors, not vaguely, not playfully, but directly, it felt like the air had been knocked out of the fandom. Because this time, he didn't just smile and deflect. And what he said next, that's where everything changed. Which brings us to the moment that turned whispers into a full-blown emotional storm. During a recent appearance that quickly began trending across international fan communities, Yu was asked the question everyone had been dancing around. What is your real relationship with Esther Yu? There was a pause. Not the awkward kind. The heavy kind. The kind that makes you lean closer to your screen. He didn't laugh. He didn't dodge. Instead, he said something simple but loaded. He admitted that what they share is very special and that it goes beyond what people usually see on camera. He spoke carefully, choosing his words like they mattered. Because they did. He described Esther as someone who understands him without explanation. Someone who brings warmth into spaces that feel overwhelming. Someone he feels genuinely grateful for. Now, did he say we're dating? No. Did he deny romantic feelings? Also no. And that gray area, that's where phantoms live and breathe. Clips of that interview spread like wildfire. On TikTok, fans zoomed into his expression frame by frame. On X, threads analyzing his tone went viral. Comments flooded in from international viewers who swore they could see it in his eyes. Meanwhile, Esther Yu remained characteristically bright in her own schedules, but fans noticed something subtle. She seemed quieter when his name was mentioned. Not uncomfortable. Just thoughtful. The narrative shifted overnight. This wasn't just shipping anymore. It became a conversation about emotional honesty in an industry where privacy is survival. About how rare it is for two public figures to acknowledge something meaningful without packaging it into a clean headline. And maybe that's what made it powerful. He didn't give fans a fairy tale confession. He gave them reality. Complex. Undefined. Human. But here's where things get even more layered, because sometimes, What's unsaid carries more weight than any official statement ever could. And that silence, it's telling its own story. Which leads us to the deeper question fans are now asking. Why does this feel different from every other on-screen pairing we've loved before? Part of it is timing. Both Yu and Esther Yu are at pivotal points in their careers. Every project, every public move is calculated. They know how fragile public perception can be. Yet, despite that, he chose vulnerability. Even if it was subtle. Another part of it is authenticity. In an era where fan service is practically an art form, their dynamic has never felt overly manufactured. There's awkwardness. There's teasing. There are moments where they seem to forget the cameras entirely. And fans, especially women in their 20s and 30s who grew up watching countless dramas, can sense the difference between scripted romance and emotional resonance. This isn't just about shipping. It's about wanting something real in a world that often feels curated. And maybe that's why this story refuses to fade. Because it mirrors something universal, that blurry line between friendship and something more. That space where feelings exist before labels do. But as the speculation grows louder, one truth remains. Whatever they share, it belongs to them first. And that realization, it changes how we see everything. So as we step back from the frenzy, we're left with something quieter, but deeper. Maybe the most beautiful part of this story isn't whether Yu and Esther Yu are dating. Maybe it's the reminder that connection, real connection, can't be scripted. We watched two people laugh, support each other, and grow in front of millions. We projected hopes onto them. We built theories. We replayed moments. But behind the edits and trending hashtags are two human beings navigating feelings under a spotlight that never turns off. And when Yu chose to speak even carefully, it felt like a small act of trust. Not just toward Esther, but toward the fans who have followed their journey so passionately. Love doesn't always arrive with dramatic confessions or headline announcements. Sometimes it exists in shared glances, in comfortable silence, in gratitude that sounds almost too soft for microphones. Whether this story turns into a confirmed romance or remains beautifully undefined, one thing is clear: the chemistry was never just acting. It was something that made us believe again, in tension, in tenderness, in the possibility that maybe, just maybe, what we see isn't always fiction. And honestly, that feeling alone is worth holding onto. If you felt that shift too, that moment where your heart paused, tell me in the comments. Do you think this is friendship, love, or something in between? Let's talk about it. Because